Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 2, shlokas 23 and 24. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna continues with his teachings about the Atman, or the immortal soul, which is our real self. He says, the soul cannot be cut with weapons. Fire cannot burn it. Water cannot wet it, nor can the wind dry it up. He says, the soul is unbreakable. It cannot be burnt. It can neither be dampened nor dried. It is eternal, all-pervading, unalterable, unchangeable, and ancient. Jai Sri Krishna. Shloka 25. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, the immortal soul, or the real self, is unknowable by the senses and unthinkable by the mind, and is not subject to any kind of change. Knowing this, you should not grieve. Shlokas 26, 27 and 28. Sri Krishna says, O mighty armed Arjuna, even if you think that the self is subject to constant birth and death, even then you should not grieve like this. For the one who is born, death is certain, and the one who has died, rebirth is inevitable. Therefore, you should not lament for the unavoidable. O Bharata, all beings are unmanifest before birth, manifest in life, and again unmanifest at the end of life. So why grieve? Shloka 29. Sri Krishna says, some see the soul as a wonder. Some speak of it as a wonder. Some hear of it as a wonder. While others, even after hearing about it, cannot understand the soul or the self at all. Shlokas 30 and 31. Sri Krishna says, O Arjuna, the soul or the real self that dwells within the body is immortal. Therefore, you should not mourn for anyone. He says, besides, considering your duty as a warrior, you should not waver. For there is nothing higher for a Kshatriya or a warrior than to fight for upholding morality and righteousness. Shlokas 32, 33 and 34. Sri Krishna says, happy are the Kshatriyas or warriors to whom such opportunities to defend righteousness comes unsought, opening for them the doorway to higher abodes. But if you do not fight this righteous war, you will incur sin by abandoning your own duty and reputation. He says, people will speak of you as a coward and dishonor you. For a respectable person in a society, dishonor is worse than death. Shlokas 35 and 36. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, the great warriors who hold you in high esteem will think that you fled from the battlefield out of fear and will thus lose their respect for you. Your enemies will defame and humiliate you, disparaging your might. Alas, what is more painful than that? Shlokas 37 and 38. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, if you are slain in the battle, you will go to the celestial abodes, and if you win, you will enjoy the kingdom on earth. So arise with determination, O son of Kunti, and resolve to fight. He says, fight for the sake of duty, treating alike happiness and distress, loss and gain, victory and defeat. When you fulfill your duties in this way, you will never incur sin. Shlokas 39 and 40. Sri Krishna says, O Partha, so far I have explained to you Shankha Yoga, or the knowledge about the Atma. Now I shall reveal to you the knowledge about the intellect, which is Buddhi Yoga, knowing which you shall be freed from the bondage of karma. Working in this state of consciousness, there will never be any loss or any adverse result. And even a little effort saves one from great fear and danger. Shloka 41. Sri Krishna says, O descendant of the Kurus, the intellect of those who are in the path of Buddhi Yoga or Karma Yoga is steadfast and resolute, and their aim is one-pointed. But the intellect of those who are irresolute is scattered and many-branched, and their thoughts and speculations are endless. 42, 43 and 44. Those who are unwise get attracted to the flowery language of the Vedas, which advocate elaborate rituals of elevation to the heavenly planets. They presume that our ultimate goal is pleasures and enjoyment, either here or in heaven. They glorify only those parts of the Vedas that please their senses and perform pompous ritualistic ceremonies to attain high birth, opulence, elevation to heaven and sensual enjoyment. With their minds and intellect deeply attached to worldly pleasures, they are unable to concentrate and remain fixed in the path of spiritual advancement. Shloka 45. Sri Krishna says, the first part of the Vedas deal with the three modes of material nature, or the three gunas, that is, sattva, rajas and tamas. He says, O Arjuna, rise above the three gunas to a state of pure spiritual consciousness, freeing yourself from dualities and always fixed in truth, and without concern for material gain and preservation of material possessions. Be situated in the Atman or the Self. Shloka 46. Sri Krishna says, to an enlightened or self-realized person, the Vedas are like a small reservoir of water in a place that is flooded with water all over. It means when there is flood in a big area, the small wells and reservoirs in that area are automatically filled with water. Similarly, when the self is realized or the absolute truth is realized, the purpose of all the Vedas are automatically fulfilled. Jai Shri Krishna.